Hi, my name is Brett Allison. I'm a senior performance consultant with IntelliMagic. I wanted to talk to you about something that is a bit tricky in IntelliMagic, and that is scheduling reports. So I'm going to walk you through the process of scheduling reports using the collector. So the first thing you need to do is you need to have a project. So I've got a project opened up, and the project is called demo underscore noisy underscore write cache. Okay, so that's actually the full path to my project file, and you have to make sure that that project is using the SQL Server authentication. So I've got my SQL Server selection for the project. That was under the tools, SQL Server connection options. I'm actually connecting to a remote database using a SQL Server authentication. And I know it works because I've got the project open. So two things, you got to have a project and you got to have a project that has a SQL Server ID. That's really the best way to do it. You need to also have some reports you want to export. So in this case, I have a report set focal point called analytics, and in that report set, or that focal point, I've got Flash candidates, okay? And this Flash candidates has a report in it called Flash candidates that actually shows me all the volumes that are candidates for Flash. So I can check and see, are there any volumes that I think shouldn't be there, or volumes that are already on Flash, or volumes that should be on Flash but are in some other pool, so I can apply that kind of analysis to it. This only works for really telling me what the workloads are appropriate based on small transfer size is really what it's showing me, and high readness is what it's sorted by. Okay, so that's my Flash candidate report. And so I've made this report as a custom report. So in order to make sure that that gets ran by the process that runs the collector, I have to look at my collector, and if you look at the properties files, it is going to be ran as the local system account. That's my IntelliMagic Vision collector. So I need to make sure that I take the custom report settings that are by default in my user directory, which is user spread, but it would be your users, app data, roaming, IntelliMagic Vision reporter. You want to grab this, copy this file here from user report items XML, and you want to paste it over in this Windows syswow64 config system profile app data roaming IntelliMagic Vision reporter. So I'm just going to paste it over. I'm going to replace whatever was there. There probably isn't going to be anything there if you've never done it before. Okay, so I've got it copied there. Now I need to create a test or a Visgo file, and the Visgo file is going to specify what I want Vision to do. And so I've got to specify this project, which is actually Vision Studies Demo Nosy Write Cache. That's the project right here, the Vision Studies Demo Noisy Write Cache. So now I need to tell it what to do. I'm going to do some reporting here. So I'm going down to my report section, and I've uncommented a few lines here. I've uncommented Vision Report. The viewpoint is hardware platforms. You can see that that's here, the hardware platforms. The analytics is the focal point right here. The set is Flash candidates. I'm going to export everything there. I'm going to send it to PDF. Okay, so that's my Visgo. And now I need a very simple batch job to call the Visgo, and the batch job is going to be called, let's see if I can get to it, batch underscore one.bat. You can call this weekly, you can call this analytics, you can call this whatever you wanted to call, but I'm calling it batch underscore one.bat. And what it does is it just has the rmf-m4w.exe, that's the Vision executable. It's going to call a script, which is that test Visgo that we just looked at. And I'm going to I added a -l, which says put any output from the command into a log file named c:\projects\batch_1.log. All right, now we just need to simply put it in the collector.ini file. And the way I do that is I'll shrink this down so I just have a little bit showing. And I'm calling this custom is the provider keyword, and then you can give it any name you want. I called it batch_1. The serial number is just any logical name you want to call it. And the command is that C:\projects /batch_1.bat, which is what I have in the background here. That's just going to call my Visgo script. And then the interval is scheduled interval in minutes is how often you want it to run. And I have every 24 hours in minutes. And the scheduled reference time, I have it as 11:21. I'm going to change it to 11:37 so that I can run it in 1 minute. It's 11:36 now. So now I just want to go over to my collector status window, and I want to watch that running. Hopefully I did that in time. It may not have caught that change in time. I might have to go out another minute. We'll just wait for a second, see if it does it. I can always look at my batch file, my log file, and see if it ran. And it looks like, if I go down here to the bottom, it actually didn't run. So it looks like it's running it now. I can see the thing spinning. It's running it now, so let's see what happens. It's still circling. The longer it circles, the better. That means it's actually doing something. And when it's done, I should have a PDF in my project PDF directory, which I can show you. So the file here, the batch file got bigger, so it's definitely doing something. I'm going to go over here to my Vision Studies directory and go over to that demo noisy write cache PDF directory. And if it finishes, I'm going to have something in here I'll have my flash candidate report there. So it's still running, I'm going to go back and just see where it's at because I'm impatient. So I can go back to my projects directory, and I can go to my log file, and I go down to the bottom and see what I got. It says it is working on it still, so it's exporting the reports. Okay, I see that it stopped spinning, it's done working on it. Now it opens up fine. And there's my flash candidate report. So that's how you create and schedule a reporting script. You really can schedule anything you want, but that's just using the collector to schedule a custom report set export. Thanks, hope you enjoyed it.